This is the Ergatta water-based rower. Today we're gonna unbox it. I'm gonna show you what the setup process is like and is this worth buying.
Now, if you've been watching my channel, you know that I broke my foot, so I have been exploring low impact ways to get some exercise in, and rowing is definitely a great option. Ergatta did send me a rower, but they do not get to see this video, and all of my opinions are my own. We're gonna grill them like a barbecue. Let's get into it.
All right, now we're gonna do the unboxing. So when it arrives, it's going to be in 3 boxes. It says handle with care, but I'm not sure if whatever company handled it with much care, but it's relatively light. I think this is kind of the middle piece. We're gonna have the water rowing unit in here and some other parts down there. So we'll get everything open and let's see what the setup process is like. You know, opening these boxes is a lot harder than it looks. It's a very complex. Second piece, right here. Oh, you wanna see what's in the big box? Well, we're gonna do the small box first. All right, looks like this is the seats. So most at-home fitness devices that I've tried will have white glove delivery and setup.
What I didn't realize is they do offer white glove service, but I think having the experience of setting up yourself makes you appreciate it a little bit more.
All right. This is the water unit. It looks like it's gonna use water to resist on the rower. This might be the screen. Oh, there we go. This is the screen. You got a little camera on the top. It's got a USB port and an Ethernet port right here on the edges here as well. And then the mounting unit for the monitor, as well as any kind of locks. Oh, it's got some more ports on this side too. So you got like an HDMI, an SD card, USB, power. Very nice. Let's see how it actually looks when we turn it on. We got a whole bunch of little setup screws. That'll be fun. Looks like these are the pedals. The pedals, it's not a bike.
In terms of the fit and finish, I love the wood look. It looks so clean, pristine. It was super easy to put together. At first, I was a bit overwhelmed, but I quickly understood the instructions and we got it together in a couple pieces. It's very light, so it's super easy to lift up and move around. I do love that. Like if I wanted to put this in a small space in New York City, I absolutely could.
All right, unboxing complete. And this looks a bit intimidating. I kind of would like to have white glove delivery service. There's a lot of little parts here. We've kind of got a seat, we've got the railing, we've got where your feet go, we've got the actual rower component, and then the screen. So I'm actually gonna read the instructions because I think it's going to be necessary. Let's see how fast I can do this as an uneducated man.
Now, if you do plan to buy the Ergatta Rower or the Ergatta Rower Lite, links and potential discount code are down below. Click that to help support the channel so we can keep making videos like this.
Ready? Start. I've never set up a rower like this before. Let's see how this goes. I think my biggest fear now is losing these screws inside of this patio. We don't want to drop anything. They don't show all the way through, but you gotta stick it in. Assuming we want the lip side facing inward. Oh, interesting. I think this just kind of... Oh, look at that. It just slides right in. So this was locked when it arrived. There's a little latch right here that says push, pull to unlock and pull. So we pull it, it unlocks, and then it locks in the upright position. But I do like how it's very organized in terms of the tools. The question is, how can I easily open this up? And is everything gonna fall? No, okay, so this is very nice. You know when you buy furniture at IKEA and it's like you have to like cut every single piece out? That's really frustrating. So having the experience of an easy opening, I do appreciate. Thank you, Ergatta. All right, this is the hardest part because one side is just very narrow inside of there. No, all right, this piece now needs to be installed. We prop it up. Is this a bad idea? We're about to find out. Oh, this is way easier. Oh, here are the wheels. Here we go. Here we go. We're almost done. We're almost done. We're at 30 minutes right now. So what's nice about this rower is that like you can, if you don't have a lot of space, you can put it up right, and then it's got wheels so you can easily move it around. So that I really do appreciate as someone who lives in a very small New York City apartment. Now this is it, fully set up without water inside. Presumably, this is pretty easy to just kind of lift up. If you need to pull it up here, and then I can actually fold the screen in. If I really wanted to, I'd probably dismount it, pull that little latch. Probably want to do that before you lift it up. It locks into place. Wow, now it's like super portable. And this thing's actually pretty light. Like, I can lift it up if I want to. It's not super light, but now I can kind of move it around the house depending on where I need to go. It's got super easy, nice to use wheels. We need to fill this bad boy up. Yep, once I'm ready to row, I put this down, I latch this open, lift this up, flip the screen over, we're ready to go. As long as you're plugged into power. 37 minutes for the full setup without water. Oh, all right, this is how you fill the tank. So this is a siphon that they provide. Pretty plasticky, but you'll siphon it through here. And I assume this will stick in this hole up here. Stick it in there, boom. And now I will be able to siphon water into it. And then once I'm done, I have this stopper that I'm gonna put at the top. You wanna use either distilled or tap water, not well water. But as long as you use this consistently and the water's moving, you should be fine. You could probably replace the water every once in a while if it turns like a weird color. All right, we got a little bit of water. All right, it's filling up. All right, I'll tell you when to stop. So close, all right, slow it down a little bit and off. Perfect. 17, we did it. So our non-traditional method worked, we're at 17. We need to add a purification tablet. Is it leaking? No. Oh yeah, because the hose just didn't fit perfectly. This looks like a thing you'd eat. Don't put this in your mouth, but we're gonna drop this in the little hole. Bloop. Whoa, it's dissolving, that's cool. We got this little stopper right here. We're gonna place that right inside of that tank. Boom. You ready for the moment of truth? Okay, because it's only filled halfway and the cap is up here, it's actually fine. It took me 42 minutes and 45 seconds. Let's get on with the app and how the rower actually works.
If you're new to rowing, they have this great guide that kind of walks you through how to get set up and start rowing. I really appreciate that because my rowing form is probably not the best. And not only having fun while rowing is important, but having fun over time. So being able to see trends. One thing I love about like sleep and fitness trackers is that they give me trends over time. So I know that I'm improving my sleep, or you know, if I get a little naughty and have some bad behavior, my sleep is like declining. So I love that Ergatta shows like a dashboard of trends over time. I can see if my time trials are getting faster, my calibrations are improving. Easy way to see, all right, am I trending in the right direction with all this fun that I'm having is really important. Now this is not the Peloton of rowers, it is a game-based rower, and I think that's interesting. If you love games, it's very easy to start rowing with the Ergatta. My favorite game is kind of like the Flappy Bird, where you're trying to keep your little guy in the range that you need it to be in, and just like you get so involved in the game that you forget you're actually rowing. So I do appreciate that it's kind of like you're working out, but you're also playing a game and you're trying to achieve this goal, and it just makes it that much more exciting and you forget that you're working out. So if you're someone who just like dreads working out, but you love playing games, this can be a great way to get your body moving and have fun at the same time. Now, the screen. We did set it up outside because it was a beautiful day and we want to see what it looked like, but the screen is not bright enough to use this product outside. I highly recommend using this inside, and even then, there's a lot of glare. I think in person it's easier to see the screen, but we weren't able to capture what the screen looks like on camera very well. I think if I were to see one improvement, maybe it's like trying to set your iPad there, because iPads have amazing screens, and if I could just plug in like a USB cable and load up the Ergatta app rather than having like the Ergatta screen, maybe I'd prefer that, or I just love to see a much brighter and bigger screen. In terms of noise, it was relatively quiet. Like, yes, you can hear the water moving around when you're rowing, and the faster you go, it gets just a little bit louder. So if you're in a quiet room, maybe your baby's sleeping and you're trying to row, yes, there's gonna be some noise, but it's not gonna be extremely loud.
All right, this is the Ergatta app. Open the Ergatta app on your phone, tap menu, Apple Watch app, begin setup, connected, continue setup, review. We're gonna allow everything in Apple Health for workouts. We're gonna allow Bluetooth connections, use your Ergatta to connect. And now connect to Apple Watch on the screen. All right, ready for workout. Apple Health integration is enabled. So all of my rowing workouts will sync to Apple Health, which is great because that'll pull into my Whoop and all my other gadgets and devices. I got my friend Scott here. He's a professional rower competing for the Olympic Games next year, right?
Yeah.
And this is going to be your rower. Congratulations.
Beautiful.
Scott, yes. So Scott set it up and he connected his headphones, Strava, Apple Watch. We're gonna see what his overall experience is like.
Times in the 2K. I'm noticing on the rankings, these are some ridiculously fast times. Leads me to believe the calibration on the rowers. World record, I believe, in the 2K is something like 5 minutes and 40 seconds, or 5 minutes and 35 seconds, something like that. So this 4:42 is impossible.
The quality of the video on the screen looks a little bit pixelated. Like it could be a bit higher quality.
One thing to keep in mind is Ergatta doesn't have instructors, so you're not going to be doing a workout with someone where they're going to coach you through it. So if that's something that you do like, you're not going to get that here. When it comes to the Apple Watch part, I did have a little bit of issue getting the Apple Watch app going, but once it did, I was able to get my heart rate and it transmitted the heart rate to the machine. I wasn't able to get Strava set up, but luckily Scott was able to, and this is what it looks like when Ergatta automatically publishes to Strava. I think having a social experience, not only in the Ergatta ecosystem, but outside of it like Strava, is really important because it's another motivator. Your friends can see what you're doing, and it just makes it exciting to kind of publish that stuff online. I don't know, maybe I just love vanity stuff. Not only that, I'm also a very competitive person, so when it came to their competition piece, that's when my friend Scott and I hammered it down. I wanted to see if I could beat him on the rower, because he's an avid rower. I'm just like a regular guy, but having like a scoreboard, having a chart, being able to compete with people I don't know seems like a lot of fun. Oh yeah, they have like these pulse and meteor games, and I think these are probably the most fun because you're kind of trying to target and get in this specific thing. Versus the competition stuff, it's like, all right, we're competing against people. Maybe it's like hit style, but the games are just so unique. It's like you're trying to, it's not like super complicated. It's like you're playing a game, but to control the character in your game, you have to row a certain amount. I do love on Peloton where I can connect with, like, I have my favorite instructors and I'll take their classes because I love their energy, I love their jokes, and I love their personality, and I connect with them on a human level. That's something that you don't get in the Ergatta Rower, but instead you get kind of these games and competition pieces. I think the closest thing I could probably map this to is like doing fitness VR, where you're kind of like maybe boxing the air, but here you're actually rowing to be able to play the game.
So, but there's a calibration where you're gonna do 1,000 meters, feel out the first 500, and then pace yourself for the remainder, no breaks for that entire time. Watch your timing. It could take 3 minutes for elite athletes like you, or 6 minutes for beginners like me. You ready?
All right.
Let's see. So both of us are gonna do it, and we're gonna see who gets closer, or how close our times are. Who do you think's gonna win?
I think you're gonna win.
I'm gonna win?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're an elite athlete.
Start workout.
Gonna give me a countdown or what? Oh, this.
Use this time to get comfortable with the rowing motion and break a sweat. You have a 2-minute warm-up. You can skip the warm-up if you want.
So the idea is sort of similar to running, where if you have too much padding.
8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. First 500 meters, go! All right, there's a little racing bar with a countdown timer, as well as your distance rowed so far, your stroke rate, and your split for 500 meters. Damn, you're on pace for 3 minutes? What time do you think he's gonna get?
Let's say 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
3 minutes and 15 seconds?
Yeah, that's my guess.
All right, I'm gonna guess 3:05. What do you think I'm gonna get?
Sherman's always wins, so 2 minutes and 57 seconds.
Bro, there's no way. Wow, you guys are really putting me on a high standard. Finish! Calibration complete! Class placement. How you feeling, Scott?
Awful.
Your class is 1? Wait, really? Damn. So we gotta warm up for 2 minutes. So it's all in your arms, right?
Yep.
How's my form?
Let your legs go all the way flat, and then once you're flat, lean back a little more. There you go.
Like that?
Yeah. So imagine
Relax my
your
shoulders.
chest is kind of like a clock going from 1 o'clock
Okay.
to like 11 o'clock. 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock. There you go.
Ah, okay.
Bring the bar a little higher to your sternum. No lower.
Nipples?
There
Below
you
the nipples?
go. Below nipples.
Right there?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. What if I'm doing like this?
Let the handlebar go back before your legs come up. No.
Oh.
In front,
Okay.
because you don't want to bring it above your. There you go. Handlebar. There you go.
Ah. Arms back. Or no.
So
It's
try to
legs,
keep the handlebar.
arms, or legs, back, arms.
Yes.
Legs, back, arms.
Yep.
Arms, back, legs.
Exactly. That's it.
And the warm-ups
Too
are
soon.
Too
You're
soon?
bringing your legs, your knees up before the bar.
Premature arm extension?
No.
Premature
arms-
knee extension?
Yeah. Because then that's going to alter the path of your bar.
Why is that? Oh,
Because you're going to have to go above your knees, and your knees are too high, you know? There you go.
10 seconds, baby. 9,
Try leaning forward more as you bring the bar foot. There you go. That's
6, 5, 4, 3. What about changing the intensity? All right, this is it. Can I beat Scott? That is the challenge with my subpar form. Oh wow, I'm at 145 right now. 131. Did I beat you by like a second?
Yep.
Let's go. How? Finish. I need mouth to mouth, Zoe.
Zoe, go help
Help.
me. Zoe, help me. That's a good girl.
Help. Zoe. Help me.
And then if you're someone who's trying to achieve a certain goal, there's also programs that can take you over a period of time where you do X, Y, and Z workouts. I think if you want some level of structure and try to achieve from this point to this point, that's really valuable. So you can set a goal of trying to improve your 1,000 meter time, and then it's gonna give you a program to get there over the next couple of weeks or months. And they have like an open row, so if you're trying to do like a zone 2 workout, you can do it in any kind of form or factor. You can just set up open row, get to see your heart rate, and make sure you're in the right zone 2 for you to achieve whatever open row you'd like. Now the Ergatta Rower versus the Ergatta Rower Lite. I had an opportunity to actually view the Lite in person, and it looks very similar to the original Ergatta Rower. The wood finish is slightly different. Some parts are also slightly different, like the seat looked a little bit different. Some of the edges might not be as well rounded or nice looking, but in terms of overall features and the ability to row, they're essentially the same things. Same rower, same software. Maybe you want something that doesn't need to look as fancy. It still looks nice, but not as fancy. You can save a little bit of money and get the Lite. I think being able to make fitness accessible for all is really important. So any company that makes things more affordable, I really do appreciate.
It's pretty cool. This is actually really, really cool. A water-based rower.
Since you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications to see future videos. I love testing health and fitness products. We'll see you in the next one. Peace. Cool.